In the early 16th century, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli emerged as a political thinker, historian, and philosopher. His most famous work, The Prince, would shape the way politics and leadership are understood for centuries to come. Machiavelli's The Prince is still studied and applied today in fields as diverse as business, politics, and military strategy, and it is considered one of the first works of modern political science. But who was the man behind this legendary text? In this video, we'll take a closer look at the life and legacy of Niccolò Machiavelli. Machiavelli's ideas were revolutionary for his time. He rejected traditional notions of morality and virtue in leadership, and instead argued that a ruler must be willing to do whatever it takes to maintain power and protect the state. This idea, famously known as the ends justify the means principle, was a stark departure from the prevailing moral and ethical standards of the time. His emphasis on the importance of power, cunning, and the ability to be adaptable resonates with leaders and decision-makers even today. Machiavelli's legacy lives on to this day, as a symbol of political realism and a guide for understanding the exercise of power. His teachings and principles continue to be studied and applied in various fields, and his name remains synonymous with political science and statecraft. Machiavelli's ideas were not only revolutionary but also controversial. Many of his contemporaries criticized him for his rejection of traditional moral and ethical principles in leadership. Nevertheless, he continued to write and publish his ideas and works throughout his lifetime. Machiavelli lived a relatively simple life. He was married and had several children. He lived in a small home in the countryside outside Florence, where he spent much of his time writing and studying. He was also an avid hunter, and he enjoyed spending time in the Tuscan countryside, where he found inspiration for many of his ideas. Machiavelli wrote The Prince while living in the countryside. It was a response to the political turmoil of the times. It was written in 1513, and it was published in 1532 after Machiavelli's death. The book's main goal was to provide practical advice to rulers on how to maintain power and protect their states. It was not written as a theoretical treatise, but as a guide for real-life politics. The Prince is considered one of the first works of modern political science and continues to be a must-read for anyone interested in understanding the exercise of power. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.